And Fletcher Brown back with another artist video blog at kicks96country.com. Our guest today, returning champion to Kicks 96. He's been, coming here since 2009, and we're always happy to see him. He's so much fun to be here. He's got a brand new single. He just rolled off of the holidays with a Christmas song, and I think there's even a film in there. We'll talk about that. Please welcome Ken Domash.
Everybody's going crazy.
Yeah, they're all, you get all that out there. So, all right, Ken, first of all, Happy New Year. First things first. I hope your Christmas was merry.
It was great.
All right. So, the new single.
Actually, I was sick as a dog.
Really?
Yeah.
I was sick for Thanksgiving. Not Christmas.
Man, there's stuff going around.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it just
It's
boom.
bad. You're not still sick, are you?
I'm 100% better.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good.
they put me full of steroids. Looked at the doctor. I'm in the hospital bed. I mean, it was that bad. It was like I couldn't breathe. And yeah, I mean,
You were in the hospital?
I just couldn't. It was influenza A.
Oh.
Man, that's like what I thought COVID was going to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Sari comes in and I'm like, I feel great, man. Can I work out tomorrow? He's like, you need to rest. So I'm 100%. That was a couple weeks ago. But yeah, other than that, the holidays were great.
Okay. Other than, your little detour to the hospital,
No,
the
I-
ICU, what have you,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
The new single, Drink About That. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, coming off of If I Was a Beer, which was a top 40 hit in country radio. And now you've got Drink About That. But let's talk about, between your last visit and If I Was a Beer and Drink About That. We've had a holiday. You've made a winter film with the wife. Is that? Tell us about that.
It was awesome. So on the album, I was doing it just as a little fan track,
Yeah.
kind of like as if it was a CD. There used to be CDs, and you'd get to the last song.
Once upon a time.
Remember back then? And if you kept it in and played it, like 5 minutes, all of a sudden there'd be like this, "Hey, you're still here," kind of a recording. Keith Urban had one, and it was I think he called it the key of G. So right, he played the whole song in the key of G. I was like, that was cool. I wanted to do that. I was like trying to be Keith,
Okay.
And so I did that piano vocal solo, and I'm like, I just like the song. I don't know what it is about it. Recorded it, and then heard it. It didn't really fit the album, I'm like, you know what? Can we add a whole string section and do it as a Christmas release? So the producer was like, that's really hard to get an orchestra together for one song. So we waited for another artist to have a full symphony kind of recording, and they kind of just said, hey, excuse me, can you do this arrangement?
You just got to float it in on there.
Oh,
Okay.
we paid them, but it was like nothing compared to what it would be or could be. And they sent it back to me, and like, here, have a listen to it. Usually when you get your songs back, you kind of dissect them. It's like, let's pull the keys back, blah, blah, blah. I heard it and I was like, I love it. The guy's like, me too, we're done. So then we decided to have it as a Christmas release. So then we had to figure out how to do a video. So we went to Nashville to this really cool cabin, and we brought all of our Christmas stuff. And I even went to a tree lot, like first thing early in the morning, got a U-Haul, put this big tree in the U-Haul, so that when the video shows and I'm bringing the tree in, that was a thing. The guy's like, it's a little early. It's not going to live. It's not going to make it till Christmas, man. I'm like, I only needed to make it for 3 days. And we ended up using it, but it died.
Of course. Well,
I almost died and the tree
as
died.
they do.
Yeah. And so no, we did the release, and it was hugely successful. I was so excited. I was getting sent back things that had it like top 100 Christmas songs. That was just
And it's the beauty of it. It's a seasonal song more than it is like a specific Christmas song.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I just had an email kind of just saying it. I have to call him and ask. Sounds like it's being played more right now, which is confusing.
Well, I mean, if you're depending on where you are in the country, it feels a bit more wintry in some places than it does.
Yeah. And it's called Snow Angels, and it's right around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I was confused. I'm like, people are still listening to it. Awesome.
Well, I mean, I was supposed to say, if you have a song that still speaks to people, outside of the holidays, is like that's a good thing.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't have any sleigh bells. It didn't have. All it had was the mention of it was right around Christmas time.
Yeah.
That was enough for me to go, you know what you got?
There you go.
You got a Christmas song.
And and being from St. Louis area, it's like you get Christmas up there like the traditional Christmas up there with lots of snow
Right.
and
Yeah,
sleds
you
and
get
things.
the feel of it. Right, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, the video was funny though, because it was like 80 degrees out.
Yeah.
And I'm out there, spoiler alert, here I am, I'm out there with a hat and a scarf, and I'm all cold singing. I was just like, how do I?
Down here we dream of a sweaty Christmas.
It was a sweat, just sweaty Christmas.
All right, well, Ken Domash has a brand new single that you've probably heard on Kicks 96. It's called "Drink About That," and I think we talked about that briefly when you were here your last visit. If I was a beer, talked about the next single coming was going to be "Drink About That." So again, this song is one that you wrote, and it's your typical Ken Domash. I'm just going to have some fun in a country way. Drink About That it's a very country theme. It's a very country feel. Talk to us about Drink About That.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, because I was going for a country feel. We have that whole telly, sound that just feels like you walked into this country bar, at least in my head, and it's just that riff just kind of carries through. It kind of brings out the old AC/DC in my head. Like that thunderstruck just kind of always in the song. And as far as the song lyrics, it's not a big philosophical breakthrough in music world. It's just a good old, hey, job's hard. And where do you think you're gonna be in a year? I thought it'd be like beginning of the year. Let's have our annual review. Oh, great. How do you think you're gonna? Where are you gonna progress? It's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to drink about that.
I'm gonna go to the bar and
drink
about that.
The barn, and then a lot of times over the holidays you'd have all these diamond commercials. I thought it was just a good time to have it out there. It's like, hey, so we've been going out a while. Where's this going? It's like, I'm gonna have to drink about that. Yeah, and so it was just me having fun, good fun country song, and yet whenever I'm in downtown Nashville, I think I said this about If I Was a Beer, I love the beat. Like it just, I don't know if they added in there, but you can. I was over at Bentley's, Dirk Bentley's, and man, I just remember on the roof, it was just like we're on like a rave party because it's just like so. So on the song, it starts off with that simple guitar riff, and all of a sudden you just hear this. It's like the drum just coming in,
just kind of come in,
heavy bass, heavy pop to it. It's a lot of fun.
So, Drink About That is, like I said, it's pretty stylized for you. It's a lot of fun. But you write about like you write really in a country way anyway, because you write a lot of songs about being a dad, your kids, about your parents, about family. You write about things that country is supposed to be about, and that's just something that you do. Has that kind of all just? I mean, you mentioned AC/DC a minute ago. Has country like always been your lean, or is there a rocker in there?
Oh, there's a rocker,
okay,
for sure. And when I write my music, I tend to write in different genres.
Yeah,
and then I kind of like I had a song I wrote, and it had this kind of this Jamaican. It's like this whole, and it was I wrote it when I was first learning how to do music. When we went on vacation, and my son had it on his phone. I'm like, "You have that song? Like, let me listen to it." It was awful. It was awful. Like awful. If I was critiquing it, I'd be like, "Stop." It was the very first thing I ever did. I was like, "How does this work in GarageBand?" When I listened to it, it's like, I could probably do that better now. And I like rewrote it. And I was just doing it last week. I'm like, this is a cool country song.
Yeah.
And it made me do the chords backwards than my fingers normally do. So that was like a different like genre, helped a lot. And it's just really just about, newsman says it's going to rain today and all this stuff. It's like, kind of, it's going to be okay kind of a song. It was really uplifting, like, let's just go have a good time. So it fits that, but I wrote it in a whole different mindset. And then I'll do a lot of my songwriting in drop D, kind of like Nirvana style, because I don't know what key I'm in. So I'm just like making up stuff, and my vocals can go anywhere at once, and you can change the entire thing just by one finger on the guitar. It's almost like one string playing. So you get the whole vibe. Then you go into studio and you find out what key it's in, like legitimately. Like they end up figuring it out for you. But yeah, all of the storytelling, it just is given to me. I have no idea where. I hear a lot of artists I've heard over the years that they just kind of say it's channeled, that it's just a gift. 100%. I have a couple of songs that I just wrote, and I'm even on my way in just now driving here going, man, maybe I can get into the studio this month and record that one before we release the next one. because I know it's going to be so much better. You know, I'm like in my mind, like picturing it. And it's definitely country. It's about whiskey.
Well, okay.
Who doesn't have a whiskey song, right?
All right, yeah. You got to have a whiskey song.
But yeah, so I don't know if I answered that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you did. And it's just, I loved hearing from Countryfied to Ding Dang Darn It, all the way up through, If I Was a Beer Now. You have I think you have a very true, sincere country style to your songwriting and to your artistry. And I love the fact that you keep it focused on things like, in your projects, your albums, like with family and just life and living. That's really country. So what's next for Ken Domash?
I have a release coming out in the spring, just like you were saying. It's called Imagining.
Okay.
And it's chills. It's this feel good summer, spring song. So we come out of the winter, because we got the hard winter in Missouri, but everybody, like all of a sudden springtime, it's just everything feels fresh. It has this real fresh sound. And the song is just about being, a 17-year-old kid, and there's a pretty girl, and all you can do is grin, because you're just imagining your life together, but you don't even know what to do about it. You're just a dork. So it's like very first person. And, but it's that whole, it's time to go in, you're trying to figure out ways to make it never end, and like you're swinging and jumping in like you're the cannonball champion. It's like all these little ways of trying to thread together quickly a picture in 4 lines that just says, oh, I really like this girl. And then it took like almost 2 to 3 years to get the line that changed the whole song, which is, now when I think back, I'm remembering when I was imagining. It's like this whole thing is talking about how you're imagining your life together, and now you're present.
You have that life, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like songwriting. It's really cool. I see all these incredibly young, gifted, amazing artists, and I'm like, man, just the strength and the exuberance and all that. And I'm going, well, they're faster, they're better, they're stronger. It's like, what do I got, man? It's like, you know what I got? It's like that thing where I've got insurance.
You've got insurance. I was going to say wisdom, but insurance is also important.
Yeah, but I'm like the lady in the TV show where the gal, she's like, I've got insurance.
I've got insurance.
It's like been so cool that for country music, I've got this whole lifetime. Like my dad would always say when he'd be working, somebody asked, well, how long did it take to do that? He did that in like 10 minutes. He goes, no, it took a lifetime. It's like, so all these things just kind of happen. You put them into a song, and it's like, it might take you 10 minutes to write the song, or a couple of years to get that one little line that makes the whole song work. But it took an entire lifetime to live it, feel it, keep practicing this craft, and all of a sudden you've got this song.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ken Domash is our guest, and if you want to hear his new single, Drink About That, be sure to call us KIX96. We'll gladly play it for you. Ken, if folks are listening and they want to go and find out everything they can about Ken Domash, where do they go?
Yeah, just your local library.
Because reading is fundamental.
Reading is fundamental. Just look up Ken Domash's DOMASH.com. I have everything there. If you go to any of your streaming platforms, just click any of the songs or just type in Ken Domash. Nobody else on the planet has that name.
Nope.
It works out. You'll find it. If you go to YouTube, type in Ken Domash, you'll find it. If you like doing Instagram, I think it's under Ken Domash Music. Same with Facebook. I'm posting all of this.
Yeah.
The whole journey.
Now he's got to cover the Reading Rainbow song. Because the library joke, you've got to cover the
Reading Rainbow song. Got to do it.
Ken Domash, Reading Rainbow. Be sure to go to KenDomash.com. Check him out on all his socials. Drink About That is his single. It's on KIX96. Ken, thanks for coming in.
Fletch, you're awesome.
All right, we're gonna try to get Ken to play something for us live here in just a minute.
Trying to make me stop. Sorry.
We'll see you next time on another artist video blog. KIX96country.com.
Throw a few more back, ice coke and jam, until my judgment's gone back. Gonna have to drink about